Hello, y'all. It's Quinn with PTSD. Wild black. Still black. Yep, still black. Uh, it's 2023. Happy New Year. Um, hoping all your wishes come true if you're somebody who's not a gang stalker. um, yeah, I just wanted to do a check-in just to say hello. And hi, I see that there is this one person who's watching me. I'm pretty sure it's the CIA, the FBI, AT&T. I'm not sure who, but hi. Um I just wanted to check in cuz 2022, I'm okay with flushing that year down the toilet. Done with it. It was what it was. Lost my auntie, lost the love of my life. I loved her so much. Um and one thing that she used to do every year at New Year's, exactly at midnight, is she would call me to say Happy New Year. So I had to spend some time thinking about her, um, and I called my cousin to tell her Happy New Year, and we sent goofy pictures back and forth to each other. So that was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah, I'm willing for life to be different. I'm willing for my life to be different. I'm willing to protect what is important to me. I think that's the big lesson. I'm willing to let the people in my life who matter know that they matter. Hopefully my husband's like, hope you're willing to go to bed. We'll see about that. He was snoring like 30 minutes ago. Then we like few minutes before midnight. And then like we did our New Year routine of kisses and apple cider. Now we got that sugar rush. But yeah, I'm like willing to let life be different. I'm willing for me to be different in this season. The first thing when I think of the winter time is to let go of what doesn't serve me. Let go of the old ideas, limiting beliefs. Let that go and be open to change. So yesterday I had a migraine that had lasted for 3 days. Usually when they're really bad, they'll last for like 6 days, and I'm like, "No, sis, I don't wanna do that." So that reminded me how much of being grateful for what does work and how my body does heal herself, to have gratitude for the growth and recovery and the healing that I've been having. Um, and just to honor that, just to honor that. Um, and I'm having memory loss with this recent migraine, so I forget what I'm saying half the time, and that's okay. Um, if it's important, I'll remember it. If not, okay, well, it lived in its moment here. Um, but I wanted to have gratitude for who I've had to become, after surviving 2022, after surviving 2020. When everybody was losing their crap during COVID, I was like, this is my normal. What are you talking about? And having to watch everyone fall apart around me, I'm just like, okay. Um, but nah, it's just getting to see all the ways in which I did not protect or believe in myself. I didn't believe I had any talent as a voice actress, and I wouldn't have thought I had any talent until people started coming for me. I wouldn't have thought I was a pretty good singer until people started coming for me. I was like, I'm average. Um, but I didn't think that I was that good. And so it's recognizing what is good in my life and appreciating it and valuing it and protecting it. I think that's kind of where I need to be going, as we're moving forward into this year. Is the big lesson taken from 2022 and communicating. that valuing, and also communicating when I need protection, when I need support, when I need help. It's a responsibility that I have to communicate that and to allow people to help me versus doing everything on my own. That was like one of the big messages from I do personal readings just like to meditate on the energy that God would have me understand for the day. And um God, goddess, the divine. I say God to make everybody else comfortable. I'm like, she knows. She knows who I'm talking about. Um, but I do ask, what is the energy that the universe, the divine, God would have me be aware of today? And one of the things that was, I think it was today's card, or it was technically yesterday's card, um, was about learning to delegate, not to do everything yourself. Because I tend to be overly studious and curious about how things work and how to figure them out. In fact, I'm sitting here looking at my tabs across my screen. There's so many different things like, oh, my cousin's studying Spanish and Duolingo. Let me look that up. Oh, what's the name of this moon? Oh, what's the name of this? What's that? It's just like one thing leads to another. And I don't need to be the one to hold all of this information so that I can do all the things myself. Um, it's learning to be in a community, and I think that's the big thing that the gang stalking has taught me is, the power of numbers, and I think of unions and the changes that they made in this country, um, through people being in solidarity together. Because we can be either solidarity in solidarity for purpose, for destruction, or for stupidity. We can do it, and it's just recognizing that solidarity and groups together can make changes to improve lives, or they can make changes that waste people's time and energy. And I'd rather be part of the teams that are doing improvements. So let me, hitch my caboose to that train, um, to that engine, and to be able to be propelled forward. I'm seeing that. And that means challenging my social anxiety disorder. I think that's what is going to be a big focus, is coming out of, I think what creates trouble for me is because of my anxiety disorder, I will just fake it until I make it and like be like, I'm out there, I'll get on stage, I will sing, I will perform. And then when I'm in a moment alone with somebody, I'm like very shut down and reserved. Um, so instead of just trying to be out there and being larger than life, um, the performer, can I be okay with being a little detained, a little slower with my social um, communication, but still being willing to connect? Can I give myself permission to do that? So that's what's on my mind. And I think now I'm crashing from the apple cider. Had the sugar rush, and now I'm like, because that's one other thing too. This past week was reducing the amount of sugar I had, and it's no surprise that when I did have sugar, um, this week, I ended up with a migraine. But that's also, I think my migraine was my body's way of predicting the weather. Um, because like one of these injuries that exists somewhere will flare up. Even in the car accident, I had hit my chin. And so even sometimes right before it's going to rain, my chin will just start hurting really bad. It's just random stuff. So, but this time it triggered the head injury. Um, but sugar makes it worse because that's inflammation. So I'm trying to avoid that so I can be in a little bit less pain. Yeah. Um Anyhow, that was a ramble. You love my rambles. I know you do. Oh. I'm hoping that folks will give themselves the chance and the opportunity to be healed this year too, and whatever the things are that challenge you, whatever the things are that you feel that limit you, that you invite some healing into that space as well. I can definitely see, looking at the calendar, that well, Mercury's retrograde at the start of this year and at the end of the year. It's going to be in retrograde. So this is definitely a time to do some introspection. That's what I'm seeing for myself. This is definitely a good year to be in some introspection and to take a look at those limiting um, beliefs and ideas and the challenges that we face. Alrighty, till next time. Peace.